The church is back at Uhuru Park. The chairman of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference, Apostle Othniel Mwabili, and the conference convener, Apostle David Juma, together with the Executive Planning Committee, invites all church leaders, student leaders, marketplace and corporate leaders to the 2024 Kenya edition of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference, taking place from Tuesday 1st to Friday 4th of October 2024 at Uhuru Park Gardens, Nairobi, with leadership sessions running from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily and open sessions from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. daily. The theme for this year's conference is Strengthening Your Brethren, drawn from Luke 22 verse 32. Ministering will be guest ministers Bishop Thomas Muthe from Kenya.
The best place for Jesus to work is when there is nothing left.
Bishop Stanley Mwalili from Kenya.
At the end of the day, the yardstick will be how much Christ-like are we?
Pastor T. Mwangi from Kenya.
No matter how God will lift you, you will never lose the posture of faith. You'll still be a man of faith.
Apostle Yemi Adefarasin from Nigeria.
You have to stand in faith and trust God for everything. If you believe it, shout hallelujah.
Pastor David Marshbach from the Netherlands.
We can go to God and we can say, you have promised it in your word. Let's touch Jesus in faith today.
And the hosts, Apostle David Juma and Pastor Asunta Juma.
They will not just see you, they will see your God. May your heart be prepared to learn to stand among leaders.
Now, something new is happening. A new kind of preachers are coming forth. They are apostolic in nature.
And other local and international ministers. Find registration forms on our social media platforms. For more information, kindly call 0722 669651. The 2024 Kenya edition of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference. Don't miss out on this great opportunity of strengthening for your ministry work ahead. See you there. This national conference is organized by various churches and is open to the whole body of Christ.
Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Yes, welcome and thank you for joining us live on Elevate TV. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. This is Man Unveiled, a show that comes to you every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. We are delighted that you've been there to support us and to encourage us, looking at topics that touches the man. Our mantra here is that it takes a man to get the best out of another man, and in every man there is a mind. We are here to get the best out of every man. We believe in man empowerment. If you empower a man, you empower the family. I know we have empowered women, and that has its place. We are not taking away from a woman. We are not taking away from ladies. We are only doing what we must do, because when we empower men, we empower a nation. I want you to feel welcome. I want you to feel at the right place. Tell a man to tell a man that something good is happening right on Elevate TV. We're having a topic that touches on transitions. We want to look at what does it take for a man to transit from one level of manhood to the other. We come from singlehood, bachelorhood, getting into marriage, and getting into fatherhood. What does it take for these transitions? Are there people who get stuck in one level or one phase? Or are there people who overstay? Or are there people who transit so fast before their time? We have gentlemen here who are well able. I can tell you I have sourced them out well. There are people I've interacted with, and I know that they have what it takes to take us through today's topic. I want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, to say hi to us, tell us where they come from, and also to shout out to their families and friends as we start off this show. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Mchungaji.
Yes, sir.
I think you can go first.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
First of all is to appreciate for the opportunity
Yes,
you have given us to come and speak out to our fellow men out there. Like you have said, it takes a man to get the good out of another man.
Yes.
So this evening we are privileged to be coming to you. My name is Pastor Peter Rock. They call me Rock. Why Rock? Because Peter had two dimensions. You know, before he was established, he wasn't stable, but when he got a revelation about Jesus, then he became the Rock. So I'm the Rock. So I pastor Life City Chapel in Ruaka, that is Gasharage Junction, along Mburu Road, and I'm privileged to be the lead pastor there. Maybe you're looking for a church, it's a good place for you. We call it a place of love, family, and transformation. I want to say hello to my family. My daughters are excited that their daddy is coming live.
Yeah.
God bless you, my wife, and all my sons and daughters from Life City Chapel. And my brothers and sisters, though we are talking about men, sisters also is important to remain here so that you have time to get the perception about the man. So remain tuned. We are happy to be here, sir.
Thank you, Pastor Peter Rock. I think you were one of the best persons to be in this show, because when you talk about stability,
yes,
that's what we want.
Sure.
We want stability. We want men who are stable.
Yes, sir.
Emotionally, financially,
yes, sir.
Spiritually, all manner of stability is healthy for a man.
Yes, sir.
So welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Abel.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Look at this camera and say hi to us.
Thank you so much, Apostle Joe, for this opportunity that you have given us to be here at 11 TV. It is really an honor, and we appreciate the work that you are doing to empower the men.
Thank you, sir.
Because if men were much forgotten for a long time, but when we see a program empowering men, it is time for transformation. And we thank you for the work that you are doing. My name is Abel Mburu. I'm born again, a husband to one wife, and I know she's watching, Jane Njoroge, and also a father to a daughter called Faith. I know she's also excited that I'm on live TV. It's an honor, and to tell them that, to tell all men that we are here to share and also to learn from one another. It is not that our experience is the best, but we have something. Maybe we can share that you shall partake, and it will transform your life. So stay tuned, all our friends and the viewers. So much welcome. We are glad to be here.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
I like the point you are saying, that it's not that our stories are the best. But what we tell our viewers is that we are not the tallest. It's only that we are on duty.
Yes.
Today is our day.
Yes,
today is our day. And I know we have interacted before, and I know part of the journey of your life, and today I feel like it is needful for you to come and speak to men, and especially some young men, some people who are still negotiating through these transitions. Sometimes it can be difficult.
Very
and the Bible says that iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
So does a man sharpen the countenance of the other.
Right.
It says that wisdom is quick, is profitable to direct.
Yes.
So there's some wisdom that you have that you'll unstuck someone who have been stuck in a transition.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we want to go with you first, Pastor Peter Rock.
Yes.
How was it? How was it like in your life, being a bachelor?
Yes.
There's the pressure that comes. There's the joy that comes with that. That you know, bachelors sleep where the crowds fall.
I'm telling you.
If the crowds fall and you are in Nakuru, you sleep there.
You can easily forget that, you know, a season is erupting.
Yes, sir.
Because when you're a bachelor, there's not much expected from you. And you see, seasons may not necessarily, the time may not remain there and wait for you.
That's true.
To enjoy all the time you have. You must have an understanding that it's a season God has given you to be a bachelor. Now, the most critical thing is to be conscious of what are you supposed to be doing while you're still single. Because that time will come to an end. Either you like it or not. At time, as long as you're a man, nowadays there are people who are struggling with this, but as long as you're a man, the season will come to an end. So, for me, my experience, maybe sharing my experience, was a bit tricky because, like I was telling you, some of us come from a point of we are disadvantaged in our growing up. You are not privileged maybe to have a dad, to work with you, to mentor you, because mentorship is very key, even in Bachelorhood. So I wasn't privileged to have maybe a father who can work with me and tell me 1, 2, 3. So I just found myself in the field.
You grew organically.
I'm telling you, one time a bishop said there is a difference between somebody that was raised and somebody just grew.
Yes, that's true.
You understand?
So, yes.
And I believe there are men who are out there actually who have gone through.
That's true. That's true.
Like me, like you didn't have anybody to mentor you, because the place of a father in a son is very critical. Biological dad, because he's there with you, throughout the school and all that, and then he sharpens you. So my dad wasn't very well, blessed memory, but we thank God for him for what he was able to do. So when during that time there are many challenges, and then you realize, okay, I'm now transitioning to something else, and I'm not prepared. So you get into so much pressure. Now the expectations from the community, from your fellow men, from the church, from the family is up there, and you're not well prepared. See that?
Wow. They say that at times comes when the man must rise up and be a man.
Yes, sir. So from there now, when you realize, okay, time is here, I'm expected to be a gentleman, I'm expected to be this man now, you wake up and you don't have a choice. That is where now I say that mentally, either you are prepared or not, you have to do something to adapt to the new season that you have entered. Right? You have to seek help, maybe from other people who have gone ahead of you. And you have to let your ego go and seek help, because if you are not very well prepared, transitions can be very brutal.
That's true.
Transitions can mess you up. In a transition, some people get helped and others sink.
Get messed up, yes.
Get messed up. So it's where now you have to take up the challenge and become the man. And seek maybe help, so that you get some knowledge and wisdom on how to navigate to the next season that you have entered.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I like that part, because they say that the destiny of a man is defined by when he chooses to face what is facing him. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and live on your TV screens. Kindly continue to share as we demystify and do justice to this topic. And I know that someone watching will be helped tonight.
Yes, sir.
Abel.
Yes, sir.
How was it like for your transitions? I know now, graduating from campus, and you are a dangerously prayerful man. How are you able to come out of the prayer life and hiding from I'm trusting God? This, normally most of the young people are at that point. You are getting pressure. Your age mates are getting married. How did you navigate around singlehood and bachelorhood?
Wow, that's nice. First, let me say knowledge is power.
Yes, sir.
Because sometimes you may hide on other things, believing that seasons are not moving. Time is not moving. But you come to realize at a particular age or time that now this is it. Time has come for me to transit or to do something. As for me, maybe just to share a bit of experience.
It's okay.
Once I cleared campus, I had first of all to relocate to somewhere I can be able to manage and to afford.
Yes.
And so I went to this environment whereby the plot you are very many people. And for me, because of believing and trusting in the Lord, things will fall into place.
Yes.
Once I graduate, I get a job. Once I get a job, I am stable financially.
Yes.
And there I'm able to get a wife, marry, and move on in life.
The graph was drawn.
Exactly. In my mind, I had that vision, well drawn, completed, built up. But now it was different. Kwa ground mambo ilikuwa tofauti. Because once I created campus, it took me around 2 years before I got a stable job.
Yeah.
And at these 2 years, I had to try several things. And number one is to pray and fast, which is very important.
It's a Christian discipline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we are believers, and we believe that everything has its season under the sun.
Yes.
And now because you have graduated, you have believed that the job will come, and now you soak in prayer. But now again, the bills are still waiting for you.
Yes.
As much as you pray, you have to know bills are there.
Yes.
And as you know, in mtaa, kila kitu ni kununua.
Yes.
And so we were staying at somewhere in Githurai, whereby I had several brothers together.
Yeah.
And we could wake up at midnight.
Yes.
There was this sermon a pastor had an apostle preached, very powerful, about praying at midnight.
Yes.
And we walked with it.
That time the demons are asleep.
Exactly.
You can attack them haphazardly. Yes.
You take the level.
You are still single.
And so we could wake up at midnight to pray, to a point whereby one day, because now you have prayed at midnight, and you have nowhere to go.
No, mention the gentleman you are praying with.
Just to mention, I know they are listening, they are watching me. I know Richard Ngojiri, Baba Sali somewhere. Thank you for watching, tuning in. Then I know Praise. We used to call him Paul, but right now he's Praise King.
Yes.
We were staying together.
All right.
And so we could wake up at midnight to pray. And in the morning, we could hear, because we have nowhere to go, we could hear women speaking outside there.
Yes.
Now these guys, they graduated, they are prayer warriors, they disturb us at night. Wanatusumbua usiku na maombi. We cannot sleep.
Yes.
And I thought God opened doors to the faithful.
Yes.
But delay is not denial.
Wow.
The best thing you can do is continue waiting.
Yes.
Patiently upon the Lord. As a believer, as a young person, let me say delay is not denial. And at the end of the tunnel there is light. And so we continue believing together with them. Some of my friends got job, they relocated.
Yes.
And I remained there.
Okay.
And it's until when a friend connected me now to where I'm working.
Yes.
That is when the door opened for me.
Wow.
But during the Bachelorhood, of course, pressure is there.
Yes.
You have to understand that.
Yeah.
Pressure is there. And mostly when it comes to a believer, you know, people believe that, tend to believe because you're a believer, things should move swiftly for you because you have faith that is moving mountains.
Yes.
You are preaching the gospel, you're doing all that.
You are telling people we cannot stomach.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that is what you are preaching. Actually, sometimes you could go and preach to other young men, maybe at high school. But when you come back, you tell God now, do that which you said you'll do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a kind of life that I lived during the...
Wow. Thank you. And we have people watching us live here. Princess Julie, thank you. In transition, get help. God bless you for capturing that. Dominic Thiongo, tuned from Ruaka. Dominic is saying that he can remember something in Githurai. Say that everything has a season. Thank you, sir. Continue engaging us. Jane Maina, God bless you for watching. Charity, Ephraim, God bless you. Richard Brown, Gojiri, your maombi was fiery. Yes, I remember like it was yesterday. Surely, delay is not denial. That is Gojiri remembering those prayers. Actually, prayers don't get wasted.
Yes.
Prayers don't get wasted. We encourage you, if you're a young man, invest in prayer. But also after prayer, wake up, please.
Yes.
Leave the house, go and do what you must do. Pastor Peter Rock.
Yes, sir.
Now that there's mentorship here, you have to outsource mentorship.
Yes.
Because whichever way it was, there was no one to call you there was no one to call you into manhood, because they say that it is the role of a father to call his son into maturity.
Yeah.
There's no one to do that. How did you go about it? How did you manage? Because now we want to transit. Did you find people? Were you in church?
Yeah.
Where are those? Because there's someone watching us and they are stuck.
Yeah.
How do I go about that?
I think it's important for every man out there to understand that God has created an alternative system.
Wow.
In case you are disadvantaged.
All right.
When you come to God, now some of us who are privileged to know Christ, if your biological father is not available for you, God has created an alternative system.
Wow.
In church, or your uncle.
Wow.
I think we must come down and accept that God cannot allow a vacuum.
Wow.
Because a destiny is involved here.
Yes.
Because a man is a leader by birth, actually.
Yeah.
Either you know it or not.
Yeah. Wow.
When you come out and you realize you're a boy, you should have this consciousness that you're a leader. So God knew from the beginning that if in case I have brought this guy and he has a purpose to fulfill, he has a destiny to fulfill, and probably the dad was not also privileged, because sometimes we blame our fathers, but they were also not mentored. So they don't know the value of mentorship.
Yes. You can't give what you don't have.
Yes, you can't give what you don't have. So that does not allow you just to say, you know, I'm done. Life, I mean, you throw your towel. No. Seek help. Number one, in church,
wow,
the people we call pastors can start in as fathers.
Yes.
It depends on how you see the person, the man who is ahead of you.
Yes.
Your uncle can be your father. You actually, even if your uncle is not willing and you don't go to church, you can look for a man that you admire.
Wow.
Who's been able to walk the journey you want to walk. Because where you want to go, somebody else is already there. What you want to have, somebody else has it.
Wow.
You understand? So my take is that every man should have a role model.
Wow. Wow.
And you don't wait for somebody to come to you. You make a choice to go to them.
Wow.
By first of all realizing that I'm a man.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse.
Yes, sir.
And there are expectations from the community, from the church, from everywhere. Because when people see a man, they are expecting something from you.
Yeah.
Either you know it or not. For example, here, if we have ladies here, they have some expectations. They expect you to behave in a certain way. If they ask you for 1,000, they don't expect you to not to have it because you're a man.
You're a man, yes. It comes with demands.
Yes, it comes with demand. So seek help. Look for somebody that you think this person has a blueprint of where you're going.
Yes.
And allow that man to speak to you. Allow him to help you. Because, you know, sometimes you can walk in unfamiliar territories.
Yes.
One time when I began ministry, God spoke to me. You know, sometimes we hear God from the mountain and rush.
Yes.
To do what he has told us to do without waiting to receive more information and instructions.
Yes.
So I rushed into starting ministry. Sorry for this, but this is connecting somewhere.
Yes.
So, and God said to me, you know, you are walking in an unfamiliar path. So that is to tell you need to seek counsel.
Yeah. Wow.
Pastor Joe, it's only that sometimes men can be very proud. They don't want to accept they need help.
Wow.
In your level right now, there is somebody actually you should be helping, but you can't force.
Yes, that's true.
You can't force counsel to them, because when you give them counsel and they are not willing to receive your counsel, you can't transform or help them. So my advice is that you seek.
Yeah.
You go for somebody who can help you and tell you, you know what, 1, 2, 3. This is how you're supposed to behave. This is what is expected of you. And then that person, you submit to that person.
Yes.
So that they have right.
Wow.
To instruct you and to
correct you.
Yes.
Maybe before we are done with what you're saying.
Yes.
Can you kindly talk to someone who keep blaming his background? Because there's something that you touch. And I know there's some young men here who keep talking about my father was not like this. Yes. My father he abandoned me. And he has been stuck there because we are talking about transitions.
Yes, sir.
There's someone who has not transited from a dad who left them at their hour of need.
Yeah.
There's someone who have not forgiven their mother who left.
Yeah.
Or whichever way, or the uncle who never took the responsibility of something.
Yeah.
Talk to that man.
Let me tell you, my brother, my sister, there is no excuse in the journey of destiny.
Wow.
There's no excuse.
Pin that down. No excuse in the journey of destiny.
You know, the easiest way to fail is to blame somebody.
All right.
When you start blaming somebody, you have already failed.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what you're doing, you're running away from responsibility.
Wow.
Because you don't want to take up the challenge. If I started by telling you the story of my dad because I know there is somebody who is out there saying, you know, if my father, if my mother.
Yes. There are people who are stuck there.
I'd be still there.
Yes.
But they are no longer around. They did what they could. Actually appreciate what they did and take up the challenge and take a step and do something about it.
Yes.
The point here actually is an action, is doing something about it.
Yes.
Stop blaming somebody and take an action. Do something about whatever you think was not fair. Was not fair.
Yeah.
Because if you stick on saying, you know, it wasn't fair, then your failure has already started. You might not actually, the enemy will take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And many people are bitter, sir. Man of God, many people are bitter.
We'll come with that. We'll come to that point of bitterness because that's another area. Because for you to transit, you must work on your heart, because bitterness is an issue of the heart.
Yes, sir.
Maybe Abel, you can take us through, because I know you are raised up by a very responsible father, a soldier for that matter.
True.
How was it like being raised by a father who is there, a man who comes maybe at the end of the month or the end of the week and gives you instruction? For him, his story is different.
Yeah.
We want to hear maybe in 2 minutes, how was it like? Do you still feel like the place of your father was so important to who you are today?
Very important. Because as you said, it takes a man to call
the best
out of another man.
Yes.
And mostly it is even the fathers who call out their sons to become men.
Yes.
And as for me, I was raised by my father. Very responsible.
You can shout out to him.
And I want to thank him. My dad, I know most probably he's watching.
Yes.
And say thank you for the way you raised me.
You can mention his name. It's good to give.
You call him
it's honorable.
Mburu or Baba Juria. That is the is known.
All right.
Or warrant officer.
Thank you.
Warrant officer too. Because of the nature of his work.
Yes, sir.
But he raised us in a way that we were responsible from way young boys, and he could train us. You know, now when you live with a soldier, you almost become a soldier.
Yes.
Actually, I say right now, if I could have gone that way, maybe I could have been a captain, because I could not have been trained the same way like the others, because I'd already received the training. And so we were given responsibilities. From early tender age.
Yes.
And we were accountable to him and what we were given.
Yes.
So when becoming now a man, even some challenges, it is him sharing or giving me the challenges and the responsibilities. It is him giving me the responsibility, now calling the man out of me.
Yes.
Because like now when we started the business, which my mother operates, I was the first man to operate that business. And anytime we could close school, me, I had no other business but to go there. It is a portion meal, and I thank my mother for working at that portion meal.
So you know how to...
Yes.
All right.
From when back in high school, I used to siaga mahindi mbaya sana kama waluya. And so I used to do that, and it made me to be responsible. First, I started receiving my salary from my parents. My first salary I received from my parents. I could receive salary on daily basis according to how I'm working. Again, managing that business, I could be given the responsibility. Like now, they could only come just to check how is it running, do you have stock, customer coming, but the others I was left all alone to do. And I thought maybe even after clearing up as I could go back, but now I said I have my life. Let me move on.
You don't need to go and push out to your mother in the portion meal
to take over. No. And so I think it is very much important from background. It is very much important for a man to have someone, as Pastor has said, to have someone that you can look up to, because he's already up. You are in a level you can learn. And people perish due to lack of knowledge. But the moment you have a source where you can get that knowledge, it is very, very much important.
This is mentors or role models.
Or role models. Someone that you can learn from. And for me, my father, even up to date, I look up to that man. Because the way he has even learned the family, I would love to learn the same. Because he has been responsible all through. He has also been there all through to see every stage of our life. So it is very, very, very much important.
Wow, great.
I'm saying the man was so advantaged.
Yes. Wow. And that's why we have the two stories here, because there are people who have been brought up from different backgrounds. But one of the areas of convergence is what we are calling mentorship. And taking responsibility. That has come out very clear from you. And from you also, because if you are taken to that portion, meaning you became irresponsible. There are many people who have been entrusted family businesses and they have failed. So I want to say to quote a man I love called Abraham Lincoln. He once said that the price of greatness is responsibility. So it's our time as men, young or mid-age, to take responsibility. They also say the word responsibility comes from two words: the word response and the word ability. Basically meaning is your ability to respond. Before you go for a moment, for a break, I want to acknowledge some people who are watching us here. We have gentlemen. We have Doan glasses from your parents. Where I was okay. It's just a fair comment there. Watching Dr. Peel Shadrach, watching from Ruaka. This must be your disciple or a friend.
My disciple.
Wow, Peter Paul, Doan glasses. Is a conversation. There is another conversation going on Facebook here. The price of greatness is responsibility, and I can see Jane also watching. Thank you, Madam Jane. Some of these comments are getting lost here, but what you they are here. Thank you, Pastor Patrick Joroge. God bless you, sir. This is my senior. Thank you for watching, and we need you back. We need you back, sir. Then we have Peter Paul. The price of greatness is responsibility. Wow. God bless you. I think we are going for a short break. After we are back, we'll continue with this discussion and look now how to transit now into marriage. Then we transition to fatherhood. What does it take? What does it take for a man to make that decision to marrying, and marrying who? There are people who are still stuck there. Coming back shortly.
Praise the Lord. My name is Bishop Jackson Kingori of Neema Gospel Church. I'm here to invite you to join us for a great time of worship. This is a place you don't want to miss. Every Sunday is exciting for you and your families. Your children will have a wonderful program that they will never want to miss church again. Your faith will be strengthened. You will not be judged because of who you are or where you come from. We practice the grace of God. And we are located at Royal Town along Githuguri Road, not far away from town, in a place called Imani Gardens. Please join us and come and have an experience like none other. God bless you. Looking forward.
And welcome back. We say 2 minutes. We are back. We belong to the Association of Faithful Men. When we say 2 minutes, we say exactly 2 minutes. And my gentlemen are here. Abel, Mburu, Joroge. Thank you. Youth mentor. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
And I also appreciate the work you are doing in terms of ministry. I have seen you severally engaged out there. Yeah. You have done school ministry as well.
Yeah.
May the Lord bless you. And even as you continue supporting the ministry that are growing. Yeah, that's also something, there's a reward in that. Many people don't find identity with growing ministries.
It's true.
Yeah, so it's a calling. And we are here with Pastor Peter Rock.
Yes, sir.
All the way from Light City Church, Gasharage.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ruaka.
Yes, sir.
Wow, thank you. A place that is growing very fast.
Yeah, one of the most expensive places now.
Yes.
In Kenya.
Yes. You too look expensive, sir.
Of course, yes. Thank you, definitely. I'm the pastor. Yes. I'm the guy. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we go back to our conversation. We are looking at how to manage transitions. How to manage transitions from singlehood or bachelorhood, going to marriage and to fatherhood. And we have had a very, very candid conversation here. Our panelists sharing out their lives. I think that is something. When you open up, people connect well. Yes. When you open up your life. Yes, because that's how we add value to other people. Thank you, Dr. Pierre Shadrach. Really enjoying the show. Thank you, Peter Paul. Marrying who umeamua ni mapunchline. I'm all ears. Thank you, sir. Keep waiting. He's from Nakuru. Yeah. Newton Kivuti, the show is powerful. Then we also have some people who are following us from YouTube. It's good to acknowledge Wilberforce. Thank you. Stop blaming someone and take an action. Sure. Then Joyce Maina watching from Ruaka. The power of fatherhood and mentorship. Powerful that Joyce Maina. Thank you, Pastor Joyce. God bless you. Say hi to Mutumishi, my friend, Reverend Paul Maina, all the way from Redeemed Gospel Church. Where is this place? We call it Goigwa.
Amazing.
Yes. And how can you make Tweety, something T-Willy, J, how can you make sure you are prepared for the transition? That's the question. And maybe you can go first. How do you ensure that you are ready for such transitions?
Number one, be conscious about the season you're coming from and the season you're entering. Some people find themselves in a new season without being conscious about it. For example, there are guys who just invited a lady in their room.
Okay.
And that was it.
They got married like that?
Yeah, that was marriage. Okay. So they just transitioned
yeah.
overnight.
Yeah. Like Jacob. Jacob didn't know. Jacob was even more confusion because he didn't know who he married until he married.
The morning, that's when the guys realized, oh, I took Rhea.
The lady has refused to go back to the house.
It's too late.
Yes.
Some ladies also, they just went to visit.
Yes.
And then that was it. They got married.
No, they are still visiting up to today.
They are visitors. They are still visiting even up to today. So be aware. There are signs that indicate that you're moving from one season to another.
What are those indicators? Is it reasoning to people?
They are indicators.
Or is there something you feel inside you that this is my time now to transit from bachelorhood? How did it happen to you? How did you know that it's your time to marry? Or did you find a girl and you say, who is Siachiri? How did it happen?
See, now we all are coming from a different points of view in life, perceptions. My case is that by this time, you know, I'm born again.
Yes.
I'm in church. I'm serving God. So there is a spiritual part of transitioning.
How to do things.
How to do things. You know, what we are talking about actually in terms of all these transitions, there is the spirituality.
Yes, of course.
Of all this. So spiritually, you should know that you are entering in another season. Physically also, you realize that, you know, you're growing. Well, we say that growth is not about numbers, the years.
Yes.
But also the numbers are something to do with it.
Yes.
Some people are 40, they are not married because they feel it's not their season. Well, this is debatable.
Yes.
If you're 40 and you're not married, you're saying this is, you know, I'm not yet there, I'm waiting for my season. I think something is wrong somewhere. You're a man, you are 30, 35, you're heading to 40. It's a sign. Some of your guys, you know, already got married.
Yes.
Well, some get married early, some others late, but there are always indicators that tell you this is my season. If you're spiritually alert, actually, you know when you're entering in a new season. For example, my brother is saying, you know, after the campus and all that, you're done with school, you're now working, and you realize now where you're headed, even psychologically. I mean, you're maturing. You can handle another person.
Yes.
Mentally, you know, emotionally, you feel you can accommodate another human being. Those are indicators that
when you prepare food, there is always some leftovers.
That's it. That's it.
You feel that this one.
But in some seasons, you feel if you bring somebody on board, you can't handle the person.
Yes. Yeah.
Emotionally, you know, physically, spiritually, you are not.
Physically, I know they can handle.
Physically, yes, sir. Physically, most guys can handle from tender age. But then emotionally, you can't accommodate another person. Because ladies or women are emotional beings.
Yes.
So if you're not mature emotionally and they come into your life, they will sink you.
Wow.
So those are indicators that, you know,
yes.
those are indicators that you are ready for the next
phase.
The next phase.
Abel.
Yes.
Maybe there's something you can add on what he has said, because there are people, there are young men, or there are some bachelors who have not been able to transit safely, because when they were single, they used to watch football with the boys club up to 2 a.m. And the man is not able to detach from this habit.
Yes.
Yet he still wants to get married, and he leaves the wife as a widow in the house.
It happens.
She comes late. What are some of the indicators of signs that tells you that I'm ready to transit? What kind of mental preparation do we need?
Just as Pastor Peter said,
yes,
it is seasonal. There are season. It is a season that comes and you feel, I need to be with someone else. All because just to say, this person is not maybe a foreigner from you. You have been having a friend.
Yes.
You have been communicating.
Yes.
You have walked with her a journey.
Yes.
So it is a season that comes.
Yes.
Now you too, first of all, there are factors you have to consider as a man.
Yes.
Because again, you not bring someone's daughter in your house.
Yes.
she struggles with you the way you are struggling.
Yes, yes.
You have to consider some factors that you check on yourself. Like now, when it comes to responsibilities,
Yes.
are you ready to take the responsibility? Because this is a decision. When it talks about marriage, it is all about committing yourself to responsibility.
It's a journey of commitment. Yes.
Yes. So you have to be sure that you are able to provide
All right.
to your wife. You get?
Yeah.
This lady you have married. You have to check.
You know, there's something they say, Abel. They say that I brought her so that we can help each other. Like, if I can buy unga, she will come with kikuranishi.
Kifuniko.
Kifuniko. If I bring tea, she will bring kifuniko. Now, that ability to provide, how do we measure? How do we measure financial stability in a relationship? Because every day they want to get married to a man who is financially stable.
Yes.
Every man wants to get married when he is financially stable. Define to us, what does it mean to be financially stable?
To me, what I can define.
There are some ladies around, they are watching.
They are watching.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is good, ladies, you are here.
Yes.
So that at least you can learn and get to know your man.
Yes.
And try to measure whether he is able to provide.
Yes.
And maybe number one is this man, is he able to provide the basic needs?
Yes.
Because we have the wants and we have the needs.
Yes.
And the needs is, when you talk about needs, we can talk about food.
Yes.
There is clothing.
Yes.
You know, there is shelter.
Yes.
Because you cannot sleep outside.
There are men who keep visiting their friends.
Now, for those men, they cannot be able to sustain a wife.
Okay.
You cannot move with your wife everywhere. And the other rights you need to perform. Now, you have to be able to provide those basic needs.
Yes.
And again, when it comes to women, maybe just to point out,
yes,
do not again go, exaggerate.
Yeah.
Because now again we have ladies who are looking for, must have a vehicle and all that.
Yeah.
No. As long as this man is able to provide those basic needs that you need on daily basis,
yes.
Those are that is what is important.
Wow.
It is God who gives power to make wealth.
That's true.
And it will come by time. And once you build one another, even the capacity, even the muscles of finances, you build. Yeah. And so those basic needs, they are very much important when you're transiting.
Wow.
And you have to factor that. Yeah.
Maybe something else that you can also elaborate, because there is a man who has the basic needs, but yet, struggling a little bit, because sometimes even the basic needs, sometimes even rent can be an issue. You are not able actually to pay rent in a very stable manner. But this man has a very big vision. Every time you sit, he is telling you of where he is going. And you can see very clearly this man is going somewhere.
Yes.
There's something I read today. They are saying that there are women who are in the wrong marriages, who got into the wrong marriages because of a car. They saw the car.
They stole the car.
They got into a relationship. So, where is the place of a vision to a man who is marrying?
That a vision is very important aspect or a factor to consider, because as Pastor said, every man is a leader.
Yes.
And a leader must have vision of where you are taking your family per se.
Yes.
Vision gives you direction of where you are going. And again, when you have direction, you shall not remain stagnating in one area, because already you know where you are heading. I cannot say, like, now I'm going to Thika. I know direction to go to Thika, but I'm not making any efforts to make me move from Nairobi to Thika.
Yes.
So when a man has a vision, very important. But again, what is it this man is doing to actualize the vision, to bring it now to reality, so that now you can walk knowing this is the reality of this vision.
This is where we are going.
Because, we have men who have good bonga points.
Yes.
They have very sweet words.
They even rehearse.
Yeah.
Yes.
They even go and learn.
Yes.
They come, release those bonga points, and you are like, women love to hear.
There is one called Busoro, very dangerous.
And so you hear and you feel now the man has the words,
Yes.
but now he can promise the world,
Yes.
but he's not even able to provide that city or that town.
Yes,
You need to see the actions, because even the Bible says faith without action is dead.
Yes.
The same way with vision without actualization and the actions, it cannot be a vision.
Wow. So ladies, you are listening to us. That man, let him come with a vision, but he must also demonstrate by use of a diagram.
Yeah.
What is he doing? What has he done in that vision? What is he doing to actualize that vision?
Yes, sir.
Pastor Peter Rock.
I think a vision is very critical.
Yes.
When it comes to choosing or settling with that man. Many times ladies have opted not up. I mean, they didn't see a guy that was after them, like, you know, he can make to be a husband, because at that time there is nothing tangible. The only thing the guy has is a vision. Now, if the guy can articulate the vision and he has taken some steps, it's not just
there's something he's doing.
There's something he's doing, and you can see. It's very clear this guy is going somewhere, and already he's doing something. He can afford some basic, because when we talk about, you know, a man being able to provide, is very relative. And some men could be having everything you're looking for as a woman, but then the basic one is missing. You know, you can meet a guy who is driving a car of his dad. Okay, there's nothing bad with driving the car of your father, but are you responsible? Do you have a vision apart from your dad, that in the case where your dad is not around, we will still survive? There are mommy's boys out here today, Gen Zs, I mean, some millennials, and so they can't be responsible because they are taken care of by their parents. So the guy could be not, maybe he's not there, but you can tell, and by demonstration he's doing something. He's a guy to pick for me. Maybe to say this, when I was dating my wife, I was riding a motorbike.
All right. Those years?
Yes.
You had tried, sir?
Yeah, I was riding a motorbike.
You as or someone else?
Company.
Okay, company. Okay. So you are merchandiser.
I was a salesperson.
Yes.
So, but I could sit her down and tell her 1, 2, 3, and from those small things she could see, well, this guy is going somewhere.
Yes.
And for sure we are not where we were at that time. So don't drop a guy because, you know, he doesn't have everything. As long as he can show you a blueprint of where he's going, and he's doing something now. It's not just a talk. I
thank God for your wife. May she live forever. What's her name?
Hilda.
Hilda, you'll see God. With your eyes. If you loved a man with that helmet, you'll see God with
sometimes we don't share our stories.
No, it's important.
And most men actually feel intimidated.
That's
when they
when they see you in a suit and a tie.
They see you in a suit, they
thought you dropped from heaven.
One of the ways to get the best out of a man is by sharing your story.
That's true.
Okay. Right now we are online, but in our settings as men, we must tell each other the truth. You know, I've been able to move from here to here, so that we don't have also guys who are stealing, who are doing all manner of things because of pressure. They want to prove a point. You don't need to prove a point. You will rise from, you know, you will grow from one level to another. Just have a vision, believe in God, okay, and work hard.
Wow, powerful. This conversation is getting better, and the truth is, because of our time is so much gone. I think I don't want to rush this conversation. I don't just want to rush this conversation. I know we have some few minutes, but I can promise you that we will continue with this conversation next week. because we have just touched on marriage. Yeah. But I want to give you, Abel, an opportunity to say something on when it comes now to transition to marriage. Now you have gotten this lady, you want to settle.
Yes.
How is it now that you used to live alone? In that house, where you left your toothbrush is where you'll find it, even after 5 days. Now there is another person who is coming to rearrange everything, even the bed. Sometimes you get to your house and you can't even imagine it's your house, because everything is rearranged. How is that transition as a man? and you know, men like things the way they want them.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even like the way she is doing things. How do you adjust your mind? Maybe let me just be too direct and ask this. How does a married life change your ideas, your thoughts, and behavior?
You see, once you get married,
yes,
you are not alone. There is someone else now you are living with.
Yes.
You have brought your wife now. Yes. She is in the house.
Another human being is
Another
in the
human
house.
being is
Yes.
in the house.
Yes.
Now you have to consider.
Yes.
You know, when I was single, I used to think alone.
Yes.
I used to act alone. Whatever I want to do, I do it alone. But now, when it comes to when now the wife is in the house, you also have to consider. But now it becomes difficult to say the truth, because you will not just transit like you are just a genius,
like nothing happened,
like nothing happened, like you used to it. You are being prepared. So for me, I got some challenges, because some decision I'm supposed to engage her, we decide together. I have already decided, and I come and tell her now this and this shall be done, and this and this, and who did you ask? I'm like, I'm the man. Why do you ask me who I ask? I'm the man. I have to decide. Yes. But now, as time goes by, you come to adjust. You change your mind.
Yes,
because one thing you have to know that your mind must be renewed now.
Wow, that's true.
To another being, not just yourself, the way you acted, you thought, you wanted. No, you have to consider someone else.
There has to be dialogue.
Yeah, there has to be that dialogue between you and your wife. So yes, there are those challenges, but again, understanding is very important.
Yes.
Because this person you have never lived with.
Yes.
She has to understand you, and also you have to understand her, because she'll do certain things maybe the way she used to do, and there is a way you want things to be done. Now, if you found things have already been done, kindly in marriage we say you can compromise, because of your partner. And again, don't fight to be understood. Fight to understand your partner.
Wow.
So that now you can work better. Because the moment you find to understand your partner, you will find yourself compromising very lightly. And again, when she finds to understand you, not every time to be understood.
Yes, yes.
Understand
I
me.
like that point.
Yeah, understand me. Understand me.
But you should not seek to be understood.
You should seek to understand. Yes. And with that, you'll change swiftly, and it will come just easily as time goes by.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very heavy point. Actually, it's not as light as we are saying it. It's very weighty. That don't seek to be understood. Don't force your partner to understand why you did what you did. Seek to understand why she is thinking and reasoning the way she is thinking. Why is she angry? Understand why she is angry. When you understand that, you'll be able to adjust your life as well.
Yes.
That is very powerful.
I think most men actually, when they get married, they struggle a lot.
They continue living like ninjas.
Yes. You continue living like you're just alone.
Yeah.
What
you appear and disappear unceremoniously.
You just do what you want to do. You are not informing this person now here. You don't realize that decisions, as much as you're the hand of the house, there's a contribution from the person now you're living with, who is your wife. And mostly, most men they want, in the beginning you want your wife to reason like you, to do things like you. So you are trying to change that person to see things like you. You don't want to come into a place where you are negotiating, where you have a dialogue and understand a point of view. You see, sorry, some of us, we come from different backgrounds. That, I think that's very critical, including our culture. If you are privileged, you know, to come from the same place with your wife, well and good. So you need to actually to sit down, and maybe I can go a little bit back, sir.
Okay.
Some of us get into marriage without being prepared. So we don't know what we are expecting. You just get a woman because she's a woman, and you love her.
Yeah.
And what we call love is just feelings. Some of us, that's why we feel now we no longer love the person, because you thought the goosebumps is a love. What you do know is that is a choice you made. And when you're making a choice, you must make a choice out of information. Know this person, know where she comes from, where she went to school, who are their parents, you understand? Who is the mom, how was she raised? So when now you come together and you'll be able to accommodate that person in a positive way. You will not have conflict, because even right now there are people who are married. The other day we were celebrating an anniversary with my wife, and I told her, you know, now we are no longer talking to win. We are not discussing to win. We are discussing to get better.
To build.
To build. Yes. You know, there is where you want to win. I'm the man.
Yeah.
Even though you made a mistake,
you still want to carry the day.
Yes, because you are the gentleman. You don't want to accept there is another person now here who you need to allow them to talk to you and you know, contributing to what you're doing. Some men actually come back home with, they just went to Mombasa and bought a car.
Yeah.
And your wife is ordering car now.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Because priorities
is this a priority? But because your man is just imposed. Now calm down, listen to your wife, and you'll be able to work together, because you cannot work together unless they are good. Actually, some people are running, but on the wrong direction. You just left your wife, you are on your own. Or you left your husband, you are on your own.
Wow, powerful, and God bless you, sir. And the conversation is getting better as we get to the end of this show. I know there's so much that we have not handled. A lot of questions here. I can see Dominic is saying that it's hot. Jane Minor, thank you. Don't fight to be understood, seek to understand your partner. God bless you. Newton Kivuti, no please, nimejua kitu leo, ameguza pale pale. Thank you. Says that Princess Julie, don't talk to win. Oh, skiza bibi.
Yes.
Dominic.
Skiza bibi.
Yes, so Frederick Gova is saying, deep conversation, stay blessed. Richard Gonjiri, don't seek to be understood, well captured. And says that Peter Paul is saying, Miss Pastor wamesema you will see heaven. Oh, Miss Pastor. He says that Miss Pastor, she will see heaven.
My wife is a blessing.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for watching. You are blessed because of tuning in and encouraging us in this journey. I want to give our panelists an opportunity to say goodbye to us, and possibly where they can be found. Is someone who need mentorship? Abel, you can go first. Tell us, where can we find you? I know we'll have you next time. Possibly I will sweet talk you, but just say goodbye to us.
Wow, so glad to be here, and to all men. First, to men that are still single, don't marry for long reasons. Don't marry to prove a point. Don't marry because of peer pressure, and don't marry because others are doing it. But just prepare, plan, put it, believe it, and be prayerful, and seek the wisdom of God concerning the same, because He gives direction.
Wow.
For me, if you want to get me, I work at Ruiro, Safaricom dealer shop called Slopeline. We offer Safaricom customer care services. If you are there at Ruiro, opposite Cooperative Bank, just come say hi. Also on social media, Facebook, Abel Njoroge. Also on Twitter. And again, we offer services for mentorship, mostly at high schools, and also serving with Hope Restoration Church, Ruiro Kimbo, Mogoda. So if you are around there, come say hi, and we'll keep the conversation going.
Wow.
Thank you so much,
thank you,
Apostle, for having us.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Pastor Peter Rock,
yes,
I know there's something coming up.
Surround yourself with men that are going somewhere. They will sharpen you. And it is possible with God. Even though you're disadvantaged right now, you can make a choice that can turn around your life, your marriage life, if you're a bachelor or you're getting married. So it is possible. Don't worry. We'll keep on interacting. Once again, I Pastor City Chapel in Ruaka Gasharage Junction, and it was a privilege to be here. And this week we are doing prayer and fasting. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can join us there, and God is going to bless you. Actually, the entire of this month, we are praying, because all these things we are talking, minus prayer, minus God, it becomes very difficult. Every man should actually involve themselves in prayer. And this coming October, I can take this opportunity to invite us to our church launch, which will be happening from 23rd to 27th of October. We will be having my father, Bishop Weston, and Barbara Perez will be with us. You can join us there, and God is gonna bless you. It will be happening from Wednesday all the way to Sunday. On Sunday afternoon, we will be gathering there with friends and family to be launched officially for the glory of God. Gasharage Junction, that's a place. You can always locate us there if you need any kind of mentorship. Yeah, you can even follow me, Rock Peter, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram.
Wow.
And God is gonna bless you, Rock Peter.
Wow, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Which date again on the launch?
23rd to 27th of October.
That whole week.
That whole week we'll be having a conference every evening. We encourage believers to work. So we are not doing any meeting during the day, because people must work.
Yes.
So from 6 to 8 all the way, and then on Sunday we have 2 services.
It's the climax.
It's the climax.
Sunday is the climax.
Yes, sir.
Wow, God bless you. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. At the Wisdom Center, Ruiro, we do personal branding, the art of public speaking. All these trainings, you can find them there. You can also interact with our resource materials, Wisdom for the Marketplace, Wisdom for Wealth, Wisdom for Relationship. You can find us on Facebook or any other social network, Joe Wisdom Talks. Joe Wisdom Talks or Wisdom Talks. Until next Wednesday, see you and good night.